All right, so in the spirit of the rise of warmer weather, I really want salmon. So I'm going to make salmon tacos, and we're gonna do a lemon pepper garlic salmon with a Chipotle Slaw, and then we're gonna do like an avocado salsa. I'll explain that when we get to it. But first thing I want to do is start with all of my prep stuff, so the slaw and then the salsa. So let's get started with the slaw. All right, so to start, we're gonna add about a 1/4 cup of olive oil mayo. And I'm doing a small batch for this because it's just me. But to that, I'm gonna add about 2 teaspoons of minced garlic. So next, we're gonna add about a 1/4 teaspoon to a 1/2 teaspoon of Chipotle pepper powder. Recommend starting with a 1/4, seeing how spicy it is for you, and then going up from there. Keep in mind, it'll get mellowed out when you add the cabbage and the rest of your veggies, but start with a little bit, you can always add more. And then just a small pinch of salt and a little bit of pepper. And then 1 teaspoon of lemon juice. I'm gonna go ahead and whisk that together. Nice and smoky. We're gonna add just a little bit more. All right, so I'm gonna kind of scoot him back a little bit, but next, we're gonna add our veg to this. So I got some red onion. I'm gonna do some super thin, almost shaved red onion, but I'm gonna do about 2 tablespoons to a 1/4 cup of thin sliced red onion. Okay, add that to our bowl. All right, next, I'm going a little rustic-y, but I'm gonna tear apart about a 1/4 cup of cilantro leaves. Try and remove the stems if you can. And then next, I'm gonna do about 2 teaspoons worth of diced jalapenos. And I'm gonna just slice a couple of rings, give it a nice mince. I just don't want whole chunks and whole slices of jalapeno in this, because that would be a lot, and that would be very aggressive. It's already spicy, it doesn't need to knock your socks off. And if you want some seeds in there, go for it. Otherwise, just try and get the seeds out the best you can. Okay, and then lastly, about 1.5 cups, 2 cups of cabbage. Start with 1.5 cups, toss it, see if it's still too wet for your liking, and then add some more. All right, and then give that a good toss. All right, set him off to the side. Let's make our avocado pico salsa, whatever, okay? So for this, you kind of want to do all of your chopping ahead of time because you're basically making guacamole without mashing everything together. And the tomatoes are the avocado. And you want it about as green as you can get it without it being not ripe. Basically, you want squishy and green, not hard as a rock and green. And I'm gonna start first by adding like my cilantro and stuff first, because I don't want to mess with this as much. So I have here about a tablespoon of chopped cilantro, about a tablespoon and a half of diced red onion, and about a teaspoon to a teaspoon and a half of diced jalapeno. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just add a small pinch of salt. And then we did lemon juice for the slaw. We're gonna do lime juice for this, and we're gonna add about a 1/2 teaspoon. Okay, and then I wanna cut my avocado into cubes. So I'm gonna do slices first. And you want about 1/2 inch slices, and then about 1/2 inch cubes, the best you can. Like I said, the less you mess with this, the better. All right, and then I'm going to gently keep these in cubes as best as possible. It might get mashed a little bit, but do your best to just be very, very gentle with it. And if you want to add the other half, I might actually add the other half avocado. So yeah, scratch that. 1 whole small avocado. He wasn't a very big guy anyway, so yeah, one small whole avocado should do. Again, I'm not trying to mash it. I'm just carefully making sure that I can break them up into nice manageable cubes without mashing it all. But there you have it. Your avocado salsa, pico, whatever you want to call it. But we're going to set him off to the side, and then we're going to get started on our salmon. All right, so I was trying to figure out the best way to go about this. Remove the skin, cut them into nice chunks, and then I'm going to throw these guys in the air fryer. But we need to season them first. So, some lemon pepper, just enough to coat your salmon, because that's what your flavor profile is going to be. And then about a tablespoon of minced garlic. And I went with about a teaspoon to 2 teaspoons of lemon pepper. And then just a small pinch of salt. And then about 1 to 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Just enough to coat. Oh, and real quick, I also want to add about a half teaspoon of parsley flakes. And then be very careful. Give this a nice gentle mix, just until everything's coated. Then I got my little aluminum foil salmon tray. Place these guys on there. All right, and then to the air fryer at 350 for at least 6 minutes, possibly 8. All right, so salmon is done. How nice that looks. And then we got our salsa, pico, whatever, and then our slaw. And then I went ahead. I have some carb tortillas that I threw on my griddle and warmed up. But let's assemble a taco. So I think I'm gonna go slaw first, then salmon, then avocado. So we're gonna go just a little bit of slaw on the bottom. Keep it from being so messy. A little bit of slaw on the bottom, some color in there. Okay, then we're gonna add our salmon. And this salmon smells so good. Try and make it look a little pretty. Okay, and then our avocado. And I know that there's probably plenty of it in there, but just to give it some pizzazz and some color, we're gonna add just a couple cilantro leaves. This part is definitely 100% optional, like 1010% optional. I'm just doing it for the thumbnail, cause why not? But bam, and there you have some very beautiful salmon tacos. Let's eat. All right. Oh yeah, I'm so excited. Cheers. Oh my gosh, yes. Everything has a part. Everything plays a part. There's definitely a lot of citrus going on, but with that just little bit of fattiness from the slaw with the mayo, and then the fattiness from the avocado, and then basically just the way salmon is as a fatty fish, everything works. There's a little bit of heat at the back end. It's not a lot, but it's enough. And obviously if you add more slaw or add more chipotle pepper to your slaw, spicy. But it is a very fresh, refreshing taco. I don't know. I hate using that word. I don't understand. It sounds like you're drinking water. I don't know why. But anyway, the point is, it's definitely very vibrant taco, that's for certain. But it's got a nice bite to it. Everything feels fresh. The salmon is delicious. I love salmon. I wish it wasn't so expensive. I would eat it a lot more. Sacrifices. But anyway. And then the salmon has a little bit of spice from the pepper and the lemon pepper and whatnot. But again, just a very solid cooked fish. This is fantastic. I would love to do this more. Well guys, there you have it. A very delicious lemon pepper garlic salmon taco. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did and you're new, make sure you hit that sub button. Throw a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. And as always, peace out. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.